Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there was a young boy named Leo. When Leo's father, the wise and beloved King Leonidas, passed away, Leo became the youngest king the kingdom had ever known. Though he was small in stature, Leo's heart was mighty, and he vowed to rule with the same kindness and courage as his father. Leo's best friend was a majestic and powerful horse named Thunder. Thunder had a gleaming coat as black as midnight and eyes that sparkled like stars. Together they would ride across the kingdom, ensuring peace and happiness for all their subjects. By Leo's side, always ready to defend the realm, was his loyal army, a group of brave knights and soldiers who believed in their young king. One peaceful morning, as the sun rose over the castle walls, a shadow swept across the sky. Leo and Thunder looked up to see a group of fearsome dragons flying toward the kingdom. The dragons' scales shimmered in shades of emerald and gold, and their eyes blazed with fiery intent. Leo's heart pounded, but he knew he had to be brave. He gathered his army and addressed them, his voice steady and strong. "My friends," he began, "today we face a great challenge. These dragons threaten our home, our families, and our way of life. But we are strong, and we are united. Together we will protect our kingdom." The knights and soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted by Leo's courage. With Thunder leading the charge, they prepared for battle. The battle begins. As the dragons descended upon the kingdom, the sky darkened with their massive wings. The lead dragon, a monstrous creature with scales like burning embers, roared a challenge that echoed through the valley. The ground shook as the knights raised their shields and readied their swords. "Steady, men!" Leo called out, his voice clear above the tumult. "Aim for their wings!" The first dragon swooped low, spewing a torrent of flames. Thunder leaped to the side, narrowly avoiding the fire. Leo's archers let loose a volley of arrows, striking the dragon's wing and forcing it to retreat with an angry screech. Another dragon, green and serpentine, darted through the air, aiming for the castle. Leo and Thunder charged, leaping over fallen trees and debris. With a mighty swing, Leo struck the dragon's tail, causing it to thrash in pain. Thunder reared up, kicking with powerful hooves, driving the dragon back. An unexpected ally. In the midst of the chaos, Leo noticed something unusual. One of the dragons, smaller than the rest and with bright blue scales, seemed hesitant, almost afraid. Leo's curiosity was piqued, and he signaled his army to hold back. Riding forward on Thunder, Leo approached the blue dragon. "Why do you come to our kingdom?" he called out. The blue dragon lowered its head, and to Leo's surprise, it spoke. "We did not come to harm you," the dragon said. "We are fleeing from a terrible danger in our own land. We seek refuge and help." Leo's heart softened. He saw that not all the dragons were enemies. Some were simply in need. He rode back to his army and shared what he had learned. With the knights and soldiers' agreement, Leo offered the dragons sanctuary in the kingdom. The final stand. Just as peace seemed within reach, a deafening roar split the air. From the mountains beyond the kingdom, a colossal dragon, larger than any seen before, emerged. Its scales were a dark, iridescent black, and its eyes burned with malevolent intelligence. This was the true threat the blue dragon had spoken of. Leo steeled himself for the greatest battle of his life. "To arms!" he cried. "Protect the kingdom!" The colossal dragon unleashed a torrent of flames, scorching the earth. Leo and Thunder led the charge, dodging fire and striking whenever they saw an opening. The knights fought valiantly, their swords flashing in the dim light. Seeing their new friends in peril, the other dragons joined the fray, their roars mingling with the battle cries of the knights. The blue dragon soared high, diving at the colossal dragon with speed and precision. It was a sight to behold, a symphony of bravery and strength. Leo, seeing an opportunity, guided Thunder to a high vantage point. With a fierce determination, he drew his father's sword, a blade said to be forged in dragon fire, and leapt onto the colossal dragon's back. Clinging tightly, he climbed toward the dragon's head. A hero's triumph. With a final mighty effort, Leo drove the sword into the dragon's neck. The beast roared in agony, thrashing wildly, but Leo held firm, and with a shudder, the colossal dragon collapsed to the ground. The kingdom was saved. The people cheered as Leo stood triumphant, Thunder by his side. The dragons, grateful for the kingdom's help, swore to protect it from any future threats. From that day on, Leo, Thunder, the knights, and their new dragon friends lived in harmony. The kingdom prospered, becoming even more beautiful and safe. Leo grew into a wise and just ruler, known throughout the land as the Little King with the Mighty Heart. And so, the legend of King Leo and his magical friends spread far and wide, inspiring courage and kindness in the hearts of children and adults alike. And they all lived happily ever after.